Hey. What's going on, my ladies? Hey. Let me tag a few friends in here. Okay. If this thing want to act. Right. Oh, it's taking forever to load. Let me get off this. All right. Hey, ladies. Hey. We back at it again. I promise you guys another video. I'm going to keep on going. I'm going to keep pushing every single time I can. I was going to say every day, but we know that's not going to happen. But every single time I get a chance, I'm going to come on live for you guys. I'm going to show up. I'm going to bring you new content. I'm going to help some of you ladies out. We're going to chit chat. As you start coming in, all I need you to do is drop a hey. Just comment hey for me. This is a group of unity. We need to, speak to one another, connect. You don't never know who's in the game with you. Like I said, all you need to do is drop a hey. Hey, Diana. Just drop your comment. Say hey, Jay. Yes, we are one. We are in this industry together. We are one, you guys. Hey, my ladies. It's fine. Yes. All right. Like I promised y'all yesterday, I was going to come back. And of course, I'm back. We have, let me see how much time we got left. 5 minutes before we're going to actually get started. So I'm going to wait on a few ladies to get started. Yes, as you come in, say, hey, this is another mapping video. This is another brow tutorial. You guys want it, so I'm giving it to y'all. Y'all, make sure you say, hey, how do I tag people on here? I don't know. Doing it in a group is so different from doing it from my regular page. It's very different. So I'm still getting used to this. I'm brand new to, actually going live in groups. I'm used to going live on my page. You can't even pin comments on here. You guys invite your friends. Share real quick. I just posted the website to the bottom. Hey, yes, that's all I'm asking you. Is to come in and say hi. Come in and say hi. I know a lot of ladies is waiting for this live, and I don't understand why I can't share to other pages or even to my page. I can't even share this live. I'm not understanding why. Mimi, you got Facebook? Oh. What would I do without my Facebook? Hey, Miss Tracy. Y'all be patient. We're letting everyone come in. So far, we almost at 200 people in the group from last night. Remember, the group just started last night, and we're almost at 200 individuals. A lot of people is excited about this group. I'm excited. Hell, I started the group. Okay. Hey, Amy. Hey, Tracy. Yes, come in, y'all. We got 2 minutes, 3 minutes. 3 minutes. Karen. Yes. And this live video, I don't think I'm going to keep it up. So this is probably going to be exclusive to the ladies that's on here right now. That's why I'm trying to give people a chance to come on here. Okay? I feel like the numbers keep fluctuating. Are we coming in? Are we leaving? I'm not understanding. Well, we got 2 minutes. Whether they're in here or not, we're going to get started, you guys. Okay. Hey, Miss Belinda. All right, so this video today is about brow mapping once again. This time we're actually going to fill the brows in, and we're going to use my waterproof concealer, and we're going to really define the brow. I really wanted to do this video because I am seeing a lot of you guys sending me your work and your I'm looking on the net and I see people using the concealer. But what I have a problem with is how it's being used. When you're using concealer, it is very important that you do not rush with the concealer because you could alter everything you've just done if you do not properly use the concealer correctly. If you are rushing and you cake that concealer on too much, during your outline, you could mess up what you're doing. So I really wanted to do a video on brow mapping and using my concealer. This is the only concealer I use when I'm using it on my clients. Mine is a waterproof concealer. It is a nice flush pink color, real skin-like color. This is exactly how it looks. It is very, very, very full, you guys. I've had my concealer, I've been in the game a year. I've had my same concealer, and I'm going to show y'all the indentation I put in my concealer since I've had it versus to when it's brand new. So, keep in mind, you do not need a lot. That is why I'm showing you mine versus a brand new one. You really, really do not need a lot. I don't understand the purpose of the concealer. Okay, the purpose of the concealer, this is why this video is important today. The purpose of the concealer is to really define that outline, okay? The concealer is totally up to you. You do not have to use concealer. This is a by choice only. But this makes the outline more visible, more crisp, more cleaner. And then say if you're doing before and after photos, a lot of people will outline a whole brow on the right or either on the left. They'll fill it in and they'll define it with the concealer and take their before pictures. That really shows you the difference of what the brow would look like before the work and after the work. So again, the concealer is totally optional if you want to use it or not. I put the concealer kit onto the website. It is commented on here. It's theperfectarch.org. You can grab the concealer and it comes with the mink brush. Your brush is important as well. If you use a brush that doesn't have fine hairs on it, such as this one, okay, that's really flat at the tip, you could overcake your concealer as well. So the concealer and the brush is available on my website, okay? Boom. With that being said, do y'all have any questions? We're going to go back over the mapping. We're going to go over and we're going to fill it in. We're going to do the concealer and all of that good stuff. Now, okay. All right. Hey, girl. You back again? Oh, okay. Okay. All right, y'all. I have my 14-year-old daughter on the table. She has agreed to be my model. Of course, we're quarantined in the house, so what better way to use our time but to, you know, just, she like going live with me, right? Mm-hmm. I'm getting her used to the live. We've been doing live forever. She better be used to it by now. Baby, that bonnet is not going nowhere. Hey, you guys. Yes. Please come in, y'all. The ladies that missed this live, I'm pretty sure they're going to be upset. But we're going to get started. Let me pull this camera up. Mimi, you ready?
No.
Girl. You've been doing this, baby. It's nothing.
Look, that just right there.
Right there. Where else is going to be it? All right, you guys. I'm working with my device that has broken on me yesterday. So, please be patient. Let me bring some light to you guys. Mina, you okay? Mm-hmm. All right? So, you guys, if you have any questions, I will answer them at the end of this live. This is my baby, 14. She gonna let me map her out. We already cleaned her up yesterday, so we're not gonna do any of that. We're going to go straight into mapping. Okay. Is it 8 o'clock? I mean, is it 6 o'clock? Yep, 6:03. We start right on time. Y'all know, whoever knows me know I don't play about that time, y'all. We be ready. All right, you guys. Brush the hair. We've already arched her yesterday and all of that good stuff. We're going to, so we mapped yesterday with the brow sticky. Today, we're not going to map with the brow sticky. We're going to actually map her without the sticky, okay? Baby. It's okay. Lip gloss just everywhere. Okay. All right, so I am using my mapping string. This mapping string as well is included in the mini brow kit that you can find on my website. When you're using it, you don't need much. You're going to tug and rip it off, okay? We're always going to make sure our client is aligned. Make sure you're sitting right directly behind your client. You're not to the side. You're sitting angled with your client, okay? This is going to give you a perfect angle in what you're doing. All right. So you take the mapping string and go straight through the center, through her cupid. With mapping, you want to be really gentle, you guys. It's not a race. I love telling my students that. So, boom. We found the center. I'll tilt you just a tad bit, just like that. Now I'm going to find her fronts. Okay, so now that we have the center and we have both her fronts, I'm going to use the brow ruler that's included in the brow mapping kit. I'm going to measure both sides to make sure they're even. Just like that. Which they are. Awesome. Now we're going to find her ends. We're going to come from the middle of her lips, the end of her nose, all the way to the end of her eyes, and we're going to slightly tug down, okay? It's going to add that nice line for you. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Make sure you're at the end of their eyes and slightly tug. With my mapping string, you really don't have to tug much. I don't know why y'all really couldn't see it on yesterday's video, but today I was like, y'all gonna see this. So I'm gonna measure on both sides like I did from the front and the middle, and we could see both are even. So now we got our fronts and we have our ends. Now we're gonna find her arch, okay? I'm gonna have her look straight up at the ceiling. Go from the end of her nose straight up at the ceiling. Look straight up at the ceiling. Go through her pupil, have her close her eyes, and slightly tug. Do the same thing on the other side. Straight up at the ceiling. Close your eyes. You want to make sure they close their eyes because you don't want to be tugging that string while their eyes is open. That's so annoying, okay? All right, so I'm going to measure the front to the arch on both sides, making sure both sides are even, which they are. Okay. Now I'm going to find the bottom of her bulb, which is the bottom of her brow. And I'm going to give it a slight tug. I'm going to bring that string right on over and bring it all the way over to the end of her brow and do the same exact thing on this side to the end of her brow. Okay. As you can see, I didn't really tug. I only placed it on there because I really don't want my string to move when I'm doing that part, okay? Now the top of her bulb, which is the top of her brow, right where the forehead goes flat, and it should fall right underneath her arch as well, and you're going to slightly tug, okay? Now the top of her arch, I'm going to feel where her brow bones are at. I'm going to touch the top right at the top of her arch. Make sure I'm keeping my string very straight. And I'm going to slightly tug. And boom, you found the top, you found the front, you found the bottom, you found the end, you found the arch. So now we have all 6 lines. Now we're going to shape the brow. The image is blurry from time to time. I do apologize. I can't help the image. It's the iPhone. And I have the brand new iPhone, so I'm not sure. So now we have our box right here in the middle. In order to find the brow shape and make sure they're even, I'm going to go from this point here, the bottom of the left bulb, to the top of the right bulb. All the way to the arch. And I'm going to slightly tug. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. And slightly tug. All of your lines are supposed to meet, okay? So now it formed the X. Now, for the bottom, you're going to meet the X that's on the bottom of the bulb to the bottom of the arch, okay? Anything under that, you're going to arch. Slightly tug, okay? And I'm just going to follow up with that line all the way through. Okay? So now for the tail, you're going to meet it right where the X is at to the top of the arch. Same thing on this side. Okay? Then we're going to meet the other line to the bottom of the arch as well. And slightly tug. Forming the point. So now we got the shape of the brow. We know both the top of the arches are even. We know the ends are even. We know it begins on the bottom at the same exact line. Boom. So now we're going to draw out our brows. Yes. All right, so now I have my brow pencil. As you can see, my brow pencil is nice and used. Okay? Make sure your pen is nice and sharp. Okay? I'm going to scoot over to her right side, and I'm going to slightly adjust the brow, stretch the skin, and I'm going to outline that brow. Very slowly, very gentle. With these pencils, you want to be very gentle. That's with any pencil you have. You're not digging into the skin with the pencil, because if you have a great pencil, you barely need to touch the skin with the pencil, because your pencil should mark the skin very, very well. As to why I love, love, love my pencils that I use. So as you can see, this line here, I'm going to clean up in just a second. So let me ensure that this line is darker so I know what to clean up. Okay. I'm going to form a curve right there on the bottom of her arch. Still stretching the skin out. Do the same thing at the top. I'm going to kind of curve that top arch just a tad bit. Okay. So now that we've done this brow, we're going to do the same exact thing on the left side. Me moving and shifting my body to her side. I'm going to actually stand up for this. Okay, now I'm seeing something. This line is not as straight as it should be, so I'm going to clean up this line as soon as I'm done drawing it out. If y'all could see what I see. Remember, mapping takes precision. Mapping takes time. Mapping should not be rushed because this has to stay on your client's face for years. Once you've mapped your client out, that is their brow shape. This is the shape you're about to follow for a semi-permanent makeup job. You want to make sure it's perfect, okay? Even if you have to remap your client over and over again until you get the perfect shape, that's just what you have to do. Do not get overwhelmed. Do not get frustrated. It does take skill. It does take time. Not everybody's brow is going to be as simple and as easy to map. You're going to make sure you have patience. This industry will beat the patience into you, I promise. Because I've mapped one person out for about an hour, and then some people, you can map them for 20 minutes and you'll be done. Some people, they come in, you map them in 5 minutes. Okay? Do not get overwhelmed. Do not get frustrated at all. So I'm going to take my cotton tip and I'm going to clean up my lines. Okay? Now we have two very symmetrical brows. This is where you would sit your client up if you were done with the mapping. But we're going into the concealer work, so we're not going to sit her up because we're not done. If you have questions, leave your questions on the bottom so I could answer them as soon as I'm done. I need you to make sure you leave them because once I'm done mapping her, we're going to jump off of here pretty quickly. So now I'm going to take my brow pencil and I'm just going to shade everything in. So if you have a question that you want to ask, comment it below right now and I'll answer it when we're done. Remember, you're being gentle with your pencil. You want to make sure you let your client know that this is just the brow shading. We're only outlining. This is not the color your brows are going to be. Because some people get startled because of that black pencil if you're using a black pencil. Okay, they'll be like, oh my God, it's dark. You just let them know, no, we're just outlining you just to ensure the shape so we could see how it's going to look filled in. Okay. Mimi, you got some thick brows, baby. For my client, if her brows are this thick, I'm going to ask her, does she want to keep the shape or does she want to kind of clean it up more? Because she's my 14-year-old daughter, we're not cleaning up. This is a simple brow mapping video. We're not cleaning up her brows at all. Not altering her shape at all. So now that you filled it in, her brows are thick, honey. Girl. Honey. Oh my gosh.
They so easy.
Girl, yes. You got brows like your dad. Alright, so I would fill it in and ensure everything is straight. Go back in with, no, this is where we'll do our concealer. So we filled in the brow. And this is where our concealer takes place. I'm going to take my concealer. I'm going to dab the brush just a little bit. This is why you don't even need much with my concealer. It's nice and thick. It's not runny. It's waterproof. It's amazing. You're going to ensure that you stretch the skin very well. You're going to come up. Try not to alter the shape at all. This is going to give you for a more cleaner brow. This is going to give you for a more defined look. You're stretching the skin. You're holding the skin nice and tight as you brush up with the concealer. Amy, can you breathe? Mm-hmm. Okay. Making sure I'm not covering your nose. Make sure you stretch the skin down as well. This is why I say a good brush is going to mean you a lot. And you don't have to cake the concealer on If you're using a very good concealer, you do not have to cake it on. My concealer is available on the website, you guys. It's so amazing. It glides on. It's amazing, you guys. So I'm gonna keep going. I'm not altering the shape at all. I'm going right underneath the outline. You okay, baby?
Mm-hmm.
A good brush is gonna do you well. I'm telling you. Make sure you stretch the skin both sideways and pull it down. And then I'm going to take the concealer and pull it down. This is going to ensure that the concealer does not get messy while I'm doing my outline. And if you have a non-greasy concealer such as this, it shall not get messy. And you see how it defines that brow really, really well for you. You could actually see the lines of the brow you created. Don't blink, baby. Oh, hold on. Close your eyes for me. I'm about to stick the whole nail in your eye, baby. I'm sorry. Okay. Brush her hairs out of the concealer. Look how clean that is, okay? And I'm going to go to the top. And I'm going to do the exact same thing. Still stretching the skin. The top is a little tricky because you got that top of the arch. You definitely do not want to alter that arch at all. Okay. I'm going to stand up for this part. I'm going to come across her. Very nice and slow. You guys, do not rush when you're applying your concealer. I'm telling you, it'll make a big difference if you take your time. Y'all see how that brush glides? All the hairs on the brush glides together. That is going to make a big difference on how you outline and how it looks. Y'all could do a great outline and then go behind it and mess it up with this concealer if you do not take your time. And some people like, why do you have to do all that? Let me tell you, if you want to be awesome at what you do, this is not a lot. This is simply double protecting yourself when you're doing that outline. Because once you're done doing that outline, it's over with. You want to make sure you're working with a clean canvas, you guys. Okay. So now I'm going to bring to the front. I'm going to dab just a tad bit. You guys, I'm literally gently tapping this concealer onto the brush. Get as close as possible to that outline. And just glide with your brush. Remember, hear me in your voice. Hear me in your head saying it's not a race. Make sure you allot enough time for each client to give them the best results. And I'm just simply brushing everything up so that concealer does not look caked up especially when you're taking your before and after photos. Like, you take a before photo of this, compared to that, that is definitely defining your work, okay? That most definitely. And as you can see, I'm always stretching her skin. Don't move, baby. Have your clients close their eyes during this part so they could be nice and relaxed. They're not shrugging their brow muscle or anything like that. And if you take your time and outline, none of this should get in your way. Okay? I'm going to bring the camera up some so y'all could actually get to see it from a distance. So, you're taking your before photos and you're showing your client, oh, this is how your brow is going to look versus what it looks like now. This is going to make for an awesome photo. You actually could see every part of the brow. You could show them how long the tails act. It just makes for a clean. Try it. Try making a video and you're going to see how outstanding it looks. Okay? All right. Boom. So now you have a clean brow. You have a clean canvas to work with. And then another secret I like to do if I'm using this, I'll shade the tail really, really dark. I'll shade the middle really, really fine. And then the front I'll barely shade. That'll teach you to remember when to transition your needle. And we'll talk about transitioning needles in a whole nother video. Can you do blade over the pencil? Can you do blade over the pencil? I'm not understanding. If you don't want to fill in the brow, you don't have to. Keep in mind, this is just to show your client what it will look like on their face. Like right now, she got a true definition of what her brows would look like if she was to get her brows filled in and kept them at the same thickness. This is going to enhance the looks for the before work. They actually get a great idea. Like right now, she's probably looking like, oh, wow, they are thick. Because she could actually see it versus actually seeing it this way. You understand? This way is just the preference. This is for photos. This is for before and after. This is to define the look. This is to do one of those videos where they do like, where they start off with no brow and they turn around and bam, they hit you with the brow. Okay? Can you do it over? Yes. Yes, you can. All right, let me answer all of your questions. Let's see. Such great tip. Thanks, love. I do apologize if the image is blurry. It looks amazing. I like thick brows. And a lot of people do. All right, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop your question. I am open to all the questions. Your brow look thick, don't it, girl? Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. So again, this concealer is in the concealer kit. You do not need much. I'm telling you guys, look how much I've used. And I've been doing brows since last May. You don't need much. Y'all see how much I dabbed on to the pencil. You do not need a lot at all.
Somebody ate you something.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to use an alcohol prep pad and I'm going to clean my brush. Sorry to ask again how you know how high you need to go with the arch. I didn't understand that part. Even if you find a bone, how do you know how high to go? All right. So a person, when you feel here, right here on their brow bone, first you find the brow bone. Then you bring your hands up. you could see the skin starts to curl. But if you feel here, there's a dip right in the brow bone. That will indicate how high you should go. If you're feeling flatness, that's their forehead. You shouldn't feel flatness. You should feel that dip in that brow bone. That's where your brow bone that's where your arch should end at. Anything above that, you're going into their forehead, okay? They look beautiful. Because the skin isn't open, do you simply wash the brush and reuse? So I would alcohol my brush. I alcohol every single thing. Like, I would not just reuse the brush. I'm going to use a couple alcohol prep pads. I'm going to wash it off with my green soap as well. And then I'll reuse my brush. Whether the skin is open or closed, I do this because you don't never know what that person holds on their skin. And you should do this with your brow marking pencil as well. I'll show you how to do it with your brow marking pencil. But these are alcohol prep pads. You could buy a box. I want to say for like $10. A box of like $200-300. So if you don't want to use the alcohol that's in a bottle, you could always use these little pads. And just clean your brush really, really well. Thank you. Yes, yes, honey. Axe away. This is what this group is for. All right, so now I got my green soap on the cotton. I'm just going to turn my brush all in it. I've cleaned my brush. Okay. Now with your pencil, you're going to take another alcohol prep pad and take your pencil and you're going to clean it.
I didn't notice how thick my brow.
Baby, you got some thick brows, honey. You got some thickums, honey. Good morning from Australia. Good morning. Alright, so this is nothing but green soap and an alcohol pad. And I'm just wiping away all of my markings. And I'm going to wipe away just one side so I could show you guys a good photo technique that you could use. Like, okay, say your client comes in. You're like, okay, you want your brows filled in. This is how your brow look now. This is how they would look filled in if she was the one to keep her brows the thickness that they are. So I'm telling you, the concealer is awesome. You get those difficult clients, like they really can't tell, even after mapping out, they're still asking 1,000 questions. This leaves you for no questions, okay? All right, so as you can see, you must scrub the concealer off because it is nice and waterproof. This is green soap I'm using. Green soap usually takes it off really, really quick. Still got to get some scrubbing in there, but boom. All right, love bugs. Go ahead and ask your questions. Ask away. This will be the end of the tutorial. I love doing these videos. They're so awesome. They're cool. What I'm going to do when you leave me. All right, ladies, no questions? What is this green soap that you use to clean? I'm new, but I didn't heard about this in the UK. So I'm not sure if you're mandated to use green soap, but in all tattoo shops, all places that you tear the skin open, you're required to use green soap. And it's nothing but 1 part or 2 parts green soap and the rest is water.
Like regular soap?
No, it's not regular soap. It actually wipes away the blood, the bodily fluids, and all of that good stuff. Doesn't mean it's going to disinfect. It is used to wipe away, and you can wipe open skin and closed skin with it without it harming the skin. I'm waiting on y'all questions. 13 people. What's going on? Alright, so I got a Canvy wipe. Gonna wipe all of my stuff down. Even the stuff I probably didn't touch. Still gonna wipe them. Make sure you sanitize and wipe down all your stuff. Okay? Whether the skin is open or closed, you're still gonna do it. Thanks for the video. All right, loves. We are going to jump off of here. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments of this video. I will keep this video up for, I say, like the next hour or so. For the people that are in the UK, that's probably just waking up. And for the people that missed it real quick, I'll keep it up for a few. With that being said, I enjoy you guys watching. Thank you so much. And I will come back with another live. I think our next live is going to be about machines. So I have 3 different machines I want to show you guys. And we'll probably be doing that our next live, okay? With that being said, have a blessed night.